The fame also, when it is surrendered to Krishna, the person becomes highly celebrated. Tapasvino, Danapara, Yashasvino, Mantravidaha, Manasvinaha. Tapasvino, Danapara, Manasvino. There are so many philosophers, very intelligent people. There is Leibniz, there is Kant, Freud, so many people, Aristotle, Plato, they have all, given so much philosophy. And during their time, when they propound their philosophy, they become very famous. And there is also great philosopher like Shukadeva Goswami, great philosopher like Vedavyasa. They philosophized to glorify Krishna. People like, who reads Immanuel Kant and Leibniz and all these people today? Who reads Plato? Who reads Aristotle? They are just names out there. Nobody, and even if somebody reads them also, their life is not going to change because of them. But somebody reads Bhagavatam spoken by Shukadeva Goswami, what will happen? His whole life will turn upside down. He will lose all his interest towards this material world, all his attraction for fame, for glory, for wealth, all this material sense gratification, everything, all the desires for all these things will vanish from one's heart. That is the kind of philosophy that Shukadeva Goswami has given. And then mantra vidaha, somebody is able to recite many verses, he becomes famous. But then the Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami is saying, one may be endowed with all such good qualities, but then tapasvino, danapara, yasasvino, manasvido, mantravida, sumangalaha, kshemam navindanti. All their sumangala, all their vikyata, all their fame and glory and all their righteous acts, they may undertake many austerities for the sake of the people. They may earn a lot of wealth and give a lot of charity for the public. They may become very famous because of their talent or their ability or their beauty, or they may be very well versed in the scriptures. They may become famous for all these things, but all their talents, all their abilities and whatever great qualities they possess are all useless unless they utilize those qualities in the service of Subhadra Shravase, of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Kshemam na vindanti vinayad arpanam. Without offering those qualities to Krishna, all those qualities have no meaning. Why? Somebody may ask, why? What is wrong? Somebody is helping people. Somebody, Bill Gates, is giving charity to so many people. Why are you condemning him? He is doing a good thing. You should applaud him for that. Okay, some personal, this one may be there, but then at least he is doing a good thing. So we have to understand that the nature of all kinds of altruistic activities in this material world, it is an extended form of self-centeredness. When a person earns wealth for himself, he is doing a self-centered activity. He is earning wealth for himself. Now when he starts distributing that wealth in charity, he is doing it for a certain section of the people. He may do it for his community members, or he may do it for the people of his country, or he may do it for the entire humanity. But even though you may do it for the entire humanity, you are doing only for the humankind. Why? Because you feel that humans are my, they are like me. They are humankind. They belong to the same species as I belong to. And so therefore I should help all of them. So why are you not helping the snakes and birds and plants and all those things? No. This is humankind. I want to help humankind. Why humankind you want to help? Because I am also a human being. So it is an extended self-centeredness. My body is there. I want to satisfy my body. Also, I want to extend that, my centering around my body, little bit. I extend that circle. Whoever falls within that circle, similar to my body, they are all humankind. So I will help them. So this kind of helping is not very highly glorified. Although people in this material world glorify, oh, look at Karna, he is such a charitable person. That is why you will see in all serials, they will glorify Karna and they will make him a victim. And they will show as if Karna is a great personality. Actually, he was better than the Pandavas. That's how they show him. But just by being charitable, it's not a highly glorified thing. Why? Because just like, for example, if a person goes and steals, he steals something from someone for his own benefit. For filling his belly, he goes and steals money from someone. He goes and robs a bank. And that money he uses to buy himself a nice car, good watch, good mobile and all those things. What will happen? Is it glorified? No, he's a criminal. He has to be put behind bars. Now, another guy went and robbed a bank and the police caught him. And they took him to court. And in the court, he comes and tells, "Oh my Lord," addresses the judge, "Oh my Lord, you see, all the money that I looted from the bank, I have used it for helping all the people of my community. All my country people I have distributed to them. I wanted to help them. Therefore, I looted the money. So, I am not a criminal." Will the court listen to that? No, sir, you may think you are Robin Hood. But Robin Hood and all in comics is nice. But in the real world, if somebody tries to become a Robin Hood, he will not be a hero. People will not write novels and comics about him. He will go behind bars. He will become a criminal. So, if I am stealing somebody else's property, whether I use it for myself or helping people around me, it doesn't make a difference. I am still a criminal. That's the reality. This is the harsh reality. In a similar way, we have to understand that whatever is there in this entire world, to whom does it belong? I have come into this material world for a small portion of time. I may live for 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. Maximum 100 years I will live. During this time, I managed to accumulate some wealth. And I am thinking, this is my wealth. And so I will distribute it to my people. But reality is, before I was born, that wealth was here only. It was here only. When I was born, I did not bring that wealth from my mother's womb along with me in my hand. Did I? No. That wealth was already existing in this world. I grew up, then I did something. I managed to accumulate some of that wealth which was already existing in this world. And after I die, when I die, I am not going to take that wealth and go with me. I am going to leave it behind here. Somebody else will claim it is his. So, reality is, for a short period of time, I get some wealth in my hand and I start claiming it is mine. Reality is, it was never mine. Similarly, when I am born into this world, I manage to assimilate some land. I say it is my land. This is my flat. This is my house. This is my property. This is my country. But this country, this land, everything was there before I was born, and after I die, it will remain here only. It is not that before I was born there was vacuum, and after I got born, suddenly along with my birth, I created one piece of land. No, that land was always there. And it is not that when I die, all my properties that I have, they will become vacuum. There will be nothing existing there. No, that land will still be there only. So we have to ask the question, to whom does all this wealth and land actually belong to? Does it belong to me? No. I am enjoying them for a few years when I am here in this world. But it actually belongs to somebody else. To whom does it belong? It belongs to the person who created all the gold and silver and all the mountains and rivers and the earth and the sun and the moon. The person who created all of these, it belongs to him. And that creator is Krishna. So, everything belongs to Krishna, and I am coming into this world for a few years and claiming all this wealth is mine, and I am doling out charity to all my humankind. I am a criminal. Whether I use that wealth for my own sense gratification or I give it in charity, becoming a big person, both ways I am still a criminal in the cosmic scale, if you look at things from the spiritual perspective. Therefore, Vinayadarpanam, whatever we have, if we don't surrender it to Krishna, if we don't offer it to Krishna, then all our Vikhyata, all our Sumangala is all useless. We remain criminals in the eyes of the Supreme Lord.